Hello, everyone. Good to see you. It is so good to see you. I know I say the same time. Segment, a real talk that I know will change your game. Remember, we're the game changers and we want to change your game. We want you to do things a little bit differently than you did on yesterday. We want you to see some change in the things that you are attempting to do. Look, maybe today, tomorrow, we say this. We say, doing the same thing, expecting changes is insane. So we want to change your game on today. We want you to do something a little bit different today. So we're just really glad to have you here with us on today. This is Real Talk with Apostle Darnell. And I want to just share a few things with you, ask you a few questions, get some things roaming through your mind, because so much is going on in the atmosphere, and I know you see the fan going around in the atmosphere, and that's how things are going on in our minds. It's just like things are one thing after another. Do I make this change, or what change do I make? Well, and the thing of it is you start believing to yourself, well, you know what? Is this a prideful mood, or is this a mood of humility? I want to talk to you about humility versus pride, y'all. Humility versus pride. I want you to think a little bit about that. When you think about someone that's humble, you think about somebody, that thinks more of the other person than they do themselves. They are humble to the fact that they may seem like they're brighter than someone else, but you know what? Or maybe you know that they can do something, but they'll sit back and let that person that maybe have never done that before, because they're humble, y'all, and they love to see someone else win. I'm talking about pride versus humility. Let me just share a little bit here with you. Pride comes from insecurity and causes a person to be, listen at this, insensitive or arrogant. I'm sorry. Pride comes from insecurity, y'all. Insecurity. I don't know if I read that right the first time. Pride comes from a person that's very insecure about maybe what they're doing, maybe the position that they're holding, but they're insecure. They really don't know, how this thing, is going to work for me. So they get in a very insecure place. So therefore, then they become prideful. It talks about here, it says, they become insensitive or arrogant. They become insensitive to other people's feelings. They become arrogant about the things that they do. Henceforth, they move into pride. Pride, y'all. We're talking about pride versus humility. Humility. So now, I want to say this about humility. Humility is an ego-based feeling diminishing one's hard-earned achievements with the belief that they are not better than anyone else. Hey, we're trying to bring some balance to this thing. We're trying to let you know where humility is so much better than walking in pride, y'all. And sometimes we can get into what people will call false humility. that means that, you'll have this false humility going on, and you'll think that you're being humble about things, things that you should be saying. Okay, I think, I thank God that, this is something that He has done in and through me, and you want, and I'll give God the glory. Or either setting someone up saying, you know what, my father, my mother, my sister, my brother, my teacher, or whoever did this at an early age, and I learned this. But what pride does is cause you to look at you. Pride, pride calls you to look at yourself, to say, you know what, I did this, I did that. I'm the one, only I know this, or pride causes you to look at yourself as being this big person, instead of looking in a way of humility, saying, you know what, if it wasn't for the one that maybe went before me, I wouldn't have this understanding. I wouldn't have this. That's what humility does. It gives the other the advantage. It lets the other know that, hey, because of you, I'm better off. And people want to tell you, you know what? I worked for this. That's why I'm here. No grace about anything. They just want you to know, because I did this and I did this, I'm here today. Or, they'll tell you, because I studied real hard and I made all A's, I'm here today. No, no, no. That's false humility. It's not because of what you've done, but it's because of what someone else has given you the opportunity, so that you can say that because of this person, I sit here on today. So humility is the way, y'all, to let people know that it isn't about me. It's not about all of my goodness and all of, the things that, I did right, but it's because someone showed me the right way, and I chose to follow the way that they showed me. We are talking about humility versus pride, y'all. What you think about, what is pride? Is it anything good about pride? Could anything good come out of being prideful? Listen, now, I want to tell you, how we make this statement, and this is a really good, it just dropped in my spirit. You'll tell your sister or your brother, you'll say, I am proud of you. Listen, I am proud of you. Now, that's a good thing, because you see the good in someone else. It's not saying that you're proud of everything that you've done, but you can tell somebody, you know what, I am proud of you. Yes, being proud of someone else can really be a good thing, not a thing which is so out of place, but it comes from a right place in the heart, saying that, hey, I am proud to be a part of what you're doing. I thank God for you. Not putting no man up on a pedestal, but listen, putting them in a place to know, listen, I appreciate being a part of what God has called you to do. I appreciate being your sister or your brother, or walking along beside you. It's okay to let people know, hey, you are doing well. It's okay to let them know that you are actually proud of them. Think about you're proud that you have for your children. Now, we'll tell people in a minute, I am proud of my children. I'm proud of my baby. I'm proud of my grandbaby. We'll tell people that all the time. I'm proud of what they're doing. They have, worked and they've done this, but they allow you to listen at that this way. They allow you to toot the horn for them. They don't get up. You don't hear them tooting their own horn. They'll let mama toot their horn. They want a daddy toot their horn for them. That's being in a spirit of humility. It's okay for you to toot your horn for your baby, for your children. You know, I'm proud of them. For your sister, I'm your brother, I'm proud of them. And you know what? That's not false humility. That's real, y'all. That's real. When you can say, you know, my sister, my brother, I remember they went through this, but guess what? They came out of this. Now that is real humility. That's saying that I am proud of them. That's not saying that, hey, they're greater than nobody else, but this is saying that, you know what? They came through something that many people would have died in. So listen, it's good sometime for someone to get the opportunity to talk about you. You know, you may say to some people, they'll tell you, they'll say, okay, tell me a little bit about you. How did you get there, or how did you get there? And they'll tell you, well, you know, with the false humility, oh, that's enough about me. We don't want to talk about me. No, they want to hear your story. They want to be able to toot the horn for you. They're not saying it because they want you to get in a prideful place, but they want you to stay in the place of knowing that, hey, this place that I'm in, I didn't get here by myself. Somebody paved the way for me. Now, this is not false humility, y'all. This is real humility. This is letting you know that, hey, I'm letting you know that if it wasn't for my brother, my sister, my father, my mother, that I wouldn't be here on today. So it's good to talk about the things that, hey, maybe you went through or someone else went through. It's not prideful. Okay, let me tell you another thing about pride. So you'll know the difference, because sometimes we get into false humility. We don't want to talk about that anymore. So, okay, now I want to say a little bit. I had a few notes jotted down because I didn't want to forget things. I didn't want you to walk around and think that you can't, give praise to your sister or your brother, or you have to dummy down to someone, because guess what? Maybe you received an achievement. Hey, you don't have to dummy down because you have been blessed, or maybe God has allowed you to open something great, and now you don't want to talk about it because people will take what you're saying and say, oh, he's so prideful. No, no, no. It's a place where you can get, which is false humility, but whenever you can, hey, say something that will not only bring glory to what God has done in you, or through the thing that he's done, you need to take that opportunity to say that, you know what, well, to say that, I stand here today and not give praise to where praise is due. Now, that's what you call, that's a wrong place, y'all. When you won't give praise to why you're there, but you want to give the praise that you made it there. Okay, now that is prideful. I'm going to go on and I'm going to talk about another one. Another one I had here, I got a few things that I jotted down. Pride. People will distance themselves from prideful people that is all about them. Oh my God. When you hear people talk about, oh, okay, it's all about, me, I've done this, I've done that, people will distance themselves from you. because they're like, oh my God, they've got all this stuff going on that's all about them. They don't want to hear it. They'll distance themselves because they're like, that can be poison. When it's all about you and it's not about anyone but you, that's poison, you all. That can poison the very thought of the thing that God has done through you. If you don't allow someone else, listen, to sit on that platform with you and it's all about you, I've done this, I did that. Even if you don't allow, look, your parents or your teacher or your brother or your sister to sit on that platform with you, but it's all about you. Now you've entered into a wrong place, y'all. That place of pride. That place of pride. Okay, now another one is that pride causes you to be insensitive. Oh my God. Pride will cause you to be insensitive towards someone else. Listen at that. It will cause you to have everything about you. It'll never be about someone else or what they've done. You sat on the shoulders of someone else. It'll always be, pride will always be about self. I done this, I done that, or because of I studied hard, because of I do this and I do that. This is why I'm here. No. That's a wrong statement. That's why people have a problem with I, because it tends to sit alone. That means that nobody holds this platform with me. Nobody can sit beside me. Oh my God. Listen at this. Nobody can do it better than me. That's what pride said. It talks about self. It's all about you. Now, let's go to humility. Humility may refer to a low opinion of oneself, potentially to avoid a harmful place in that what they're speaking of. They will have a low place of where they, and matter of fact, when people walk in humility, they will not exalt themselves over everything, y'all. They will not exalt themselves, it will never, when they walk in humility, it would never just be about them. Humility, well, you'll never hear humility say, I sat on this platform alone. No, when you have one sitting on a platform of humility, there will be several that will sit there with them. They won't be the only teacher. Oh my God. They won't be the only preacher. They won't be the only apostle, the only bishop, the only ones. They won't be, it won't only be them. They will have someone else to sit on that platform with them. I dropped one of my notes and I know it's important. Please forgive me, but I have got to pick up this one because I know this is a good one. Okay, now, here's another one. It said humility is an ego-based feeling that totally involve oneself. It's an ego-based feeling. That means it's a feeling of me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. Listen, oh my God. When you hear that, me, myself, and I. And you know what? Do you know that pride is a selfish thing that says, um, I don't care how nobody else is doing. I'm not concerned about nobody else. I'm only concerned about me. I'm not concerned if they make it. I'm not concerned if their children make it. That's a spirit of pride. That, they talk about that me, myself, and I. It's a spirit of pride. It's all about you, you, you. And that's when pride steps in, y'all. It says that whatever I do it for me, me, me. That's a spirit of pride. And we got to be able to come against that. And in the atmosphere today is full of me. And it is not about we, but the atmosphere. We have got to change the atmosphere where it's not about me, but we. Yeah, I might be doing okay. I might be doing okay today, but you might not be okay. So I'm going to pray that you're okay. So listen, it makes no difference. I don't care, listen, what color you are. It has nothing to do with whether, whether you are a sister or a brother. It has nothing. Pride is so, oh my God, it's blinding. It don't see nobody but itself. Pride don't see no color, y'all. Pride just see itself. It's like me. Pride is only concerned if I make it, it's all right. I don't care if it affects you, the next person, and the next person. Pride says as long as I'm okay. No, that's not humility. Humility will humble itself to say, you know what? I'm concerned about you all. I'm concerned about you all, not just me making it, not just my family making it, but I'm concerned about you all. So here, y'all, we're talking about humility versus pride. Humility versus pride. So are you going to be the one that walks in that spirit of humility? Or will you be the one that walk in the spirit of pride? That says, hey, I'm just concerned about me, myself, and I. Let's take let's take the straight and the narrow road. Not many are going on that humility road. Not many are taking that road, because we're in an hour now that, hey, we're all concerned. Well, if I can make it, it's going to be okay. What about the other ones that are not making it? What about their children and their children's children that are not making it okay? Let's be praying for them that maybe, something I can do, something I can say to help them to be okay. Because it's all about we, not about me, but we. So we have got to keep that spirit of humility high above that spirit of pride that say, I. But we got to keep it to the point of we. So I'm going to bring it to a close because we're getting close to the end. But there are some things that you can do, even with your children and even with your loved ones, that you can challenge them, to walk in a spirit of humility. Challenge them to walk. It's just like you think about it. When you walk through the door and you're getting ready to walk through the door and somebody stops and so no, you go on first, and I just want to make sure you get in, and you could be in a hurry, but you think about somebody behind you and they can be in a hurry too, but you're like, you'll just let the door just fall on them because, hey, it's about me. I need to get to the next place at the next time. I was just blown away when I heard that video that K-Part done the other day. She was talking about, she was trying to get somewhere to go preach. She said she was she was in the airport, and she said God began to speak to her. It was a lady and her children, and she was having problems keeping up with her children. It really just crushed my heart to hear that video. And she said the Holy Spirit stopped her in the midst of her trying to get to her assignment. She said she was trying to get to her flight because she had to preach, and she was running, and she said God kept saying, no, stop and help her with those children. Oh my God. Now that was a challenge. She could have said, no, that couldn't be God because I got to catch my flight. It's about me. I got to catch my flight, make my connection. She said every time she got concerned about getting to the place she needed to get to, I'm just paraphrasing it. She said God said to her again, no, help her with the children. And the thing of it, that I saw such a spirit of humility over her, that she wasn't concerned about whether she made it to her flight or made it to her next assignment. She was just concerned about helping somebody else that she didn't know, helping somebody else's children that she didn't even have a part of, but she humbled herself enough to do the thing that she had been called to do, which was help that lady with her children. Now we gotta challenge one another to be humble enough to be able to stop what we're doing and say, you know what, I'm gonna help however I can help with someone. I'm gonna do what I can do. We gotta stop letting it be about my need, what I need. We gotta stop letting it be about where I gotta go, where we gotta get to. Where I gotta get to instead of where we gotta get to. Because that lady was trying to also catch a flight. And then the end of that story, Dr. K-Part shared, she said she got to her place to board her flight, and it had been delayed. God knew that it was going to be delayed, but he needed her to humble herself